Hello friends, welcome to Prismatic's online class. In this class, we are asked to find the polar form or trigonometric form of the following complex number. A, that complex number z is equal to 1 plus I. B, that complex number z equal to 1 plus sod 3I. C, that z, complex number z is equals to 1 minus I. D, that complex number z is equal to 6. So, before we solve this, we need to outline the steps that we need to follow in order to get this polar form. From our previous class, we have explained how to generate modulus denoted by R and argument or amplitude of a complex number denoted by z or theta, which is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? Y over x. So, and we generated a formula of what we call what? Polar form of complex number, known as what? R cis theta, where R into cos theta plus I sin theta. That is the formula. So, now, in solving this equation, solution, whenever they give us this type of thing, let's pick one. Z is equal to what? I plus what? 1 plus I. In solving this, you first of all, before you say the first step of solving this polar form of complex numbers, first step, put that the complex number in Agag diagram. That is, we have this place, we have that x is equal to 1 and y is also equal to 1. From Agag diagram, let's just draw this. Assume that this is our Agag diagram. This is minus 1, here is 1, here is minus 1, minus 2, here is what? 1, here is 2. Always remember that this axis is known as what? I-axis, or we'll call it y. Here is what? X, here is what? Positive x, negative x axis, here is what? Negative I-axis or negative y-axis, anyone. So that is it. So now when s is 1, y is what? 1. When s is 1, y is 1. So this is the place from here. So this question falls in what? For first quadrant, which is that z is equal to 1 plus I. So we have already put this question, this number 1, this solution A, that z is equal to I plus what? 1 plus I. So we have put it in what? Agag diagram. So now, what do we do again? The first step is what? To transform the equation in what? Agag diagram. Now, second step, what do we do again? Second step, we have to do what we call, we find the modulus. We find what? Second step, find the modulus, which is R is equals to what? The square root of what? X square plus y square. Now our R is equals to, our x here is what? 1, which is what? Square root of 1 raised to power 2 plus 1 raised to power what? 2. So now what do we have? R is equals to what? Square root of what? 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, which is R is equals to what? Sod 2. So our R is sod 2. Now let's get, that is the second step. Third step now is what? To find what? The argument or the amplitude. And argument is denoted by ag z is equal to theta, and theta is equal to tan inverse of what? Y over what? X. And our this is equal to, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. From this place we have that tan inverse of what? 1 over what? 1, which means tan inverse of what? 1. And tan inverse of 1, tan inverse of 1, theta is equals to what? 45 degrees. And that is it. So if you press tan inverse of what? 1, it will give you what? 45 degrees. And that 45 degrees is what? Is the amplitude or argument. So now we are going to come back again and put them in what? Polar form. Polar form. Recall from polar form. Recall that the polar form r theta is equal to r into what? Cos theta plus I sine theta. This is formula. That is what we call polar form or trigonometric form of what? Complex number. We have succeeded in getting our r. We have succeeded in getting our argument, which is what? Theta. So we need to substitute them. Finally, what do we have now? R is what? Sod 2. Sod 2 into what? Theta is what? 45 degrees. So this is equal to what? Sod 2 into what? Cos 45 degrees plus I sine 45 degrees. So, and that is our answer. Sometimes they will say leave your answer in what? In radii. If they say leave your answer in radii, what do? We are going to leave our answer in what? In radii form. So, and how do we do that? Always remember that 1 degree, always remember that 1 degree is equal to what? Pi over what? 180. So if we want to convert that 45 degrees, that 45 degrees will be what? This is pi over what? 180. Now, this is like over 1. Okay, so when we have this in as a form of 45 degrees multiplied by pi all over what? 180. This go to this go to this. We are left with what? That this is equal to what? Pi over what? 4. So from this question now, we can have this in as r theta, which is equal to r into cos what? Theta plus I sine or theta. So we can have this now as this, that our r, which is what? Sod 2 into what? Pi over 4 is equal to what? Sod 2 into cos what? Cos pi over 4 plus I sine pi over 4. And that is the answer. So if you do not use this one, you use this one. Any one of them can serve. So this one is in degrees. This one is what? In a radii. So it depends on how your lecturer asks you question or your teacher asks you questions. If they say leave your answer in radii, fine, you are going to leave your answer like this. If they say leave your answer in degree, you are going to leave your answer like this. And that is how to solve it. So let's solve the second one. And after solving the second one, you will try the C and the D. Thank you. Okay. The second one says that Z is equal to 1 plus sod what? 3I, where x equals to 1, y equals to sod 3. First step is what? Put it in your Agag diagram. Let's just assume that this is here is sod 3. Okay. Let's assume that here is this place is what? Sod 3. So 3, and here is 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus sod 3, minus sod 3 here, minus sod 3. Now, when x is 1, this is 1, y is in what? This 2, which is now, when x is 1, y is 3. So you draw it. It still fall on what? First quadrant. So how do we do this now? Okay, after putting it in Agar diagram, you go for the modulus. Modulus says that r is equal to what? X squared plus what? Y squared. And we have gotten our I, which is r is equal to what? 1 square plus what? Sod 3 all square. Remember that all is what? Square root. Now r is equal to what? 1 times 1 will give us 1. Square, this square will cancel this square. We have it as what? 1 plus what? 3. So all square root. R is equal to what? 4 all square. R is equal to what? 2. So 2 is the what? The 2 is the modulus of the equations. Okay, now let's continue here. So after finding the modulus, we look for what? Argument, arg z. And our arg z is equal to theta, which is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? Tan inverse of y over x. And we have this as the theta is equal to tan inverse of what? Our y from this place is also 3 over what? Over 1. Okay, which is the same thing as theta is equal to tan inverse of what? Sod what? 3. Tan inverse of what? Sod 3. It's the same thing as saying what? Tan inverse of what? Sod 3. So and tan inverse of sod 3 is equal to what? Is what? 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is tan inverse of what? Sod 3. So okay, now let's go. Now we have to put them in what? This final stage is now transform it in what? Polar form of complex number. So we have succeeded in getting the modulus, getting the amplitude or arg z. Now we are going to transform them in what? Polar form of complex number, which is this, that always recall that this is what? R into theta is equal to what? C's. You can just write it in short form, R C's. R what? C's. R C's theta. What does it mean? It means R into theta is equal to R into cos. C is for cos. Cos theta. I is plus I. This I here. Into what? X is for sine. Sine theta. So the short formula for what? Polar form of complex number is what we call RC theta. So okay, remember that we got our what? R as what? 2 into what? 60 degrees is equal to what? 2 into what? Into cos 60 degrees plus I sine what? 60 degrees. And that will be our what? Answer. That is our answer. If you want to convert, you can convert to what? To radar. And you know that this is 60 degrees is into what? Pi over what? 180. So which is the same thing as saying 60 degrees multiplied by pi over what? 180. 0 will cancel, yes. 2 can go. We have it as 3 pi over 2 can go. We have it as what? 9. 3 can go 1. 3 can go is 3. Finally, this is equal to what? Pi over what? 3. So you can have this in as what? Pi, that is 2 into, can have this as 2 into pi over 3 is equal to what? 2 into cos pi over 3 plus I sine pi over 3. So if you do not use this one, you use this one. It depends on how they ask you the instruction. If the lecturer says leave your answer in radii, this is the final answer. If the lecturer says leave your answer in degrees, this is the final answer. So how to convert the degree to what? Radii. That is in. I have 60 degrees. I converted it to what? To get it as what? Pi over what? 3, which is what? The equivalent in what? Radii form. So that is how to do this. So you can do well. Try this C and what? Z. This Z, the implication of this D, where they say that Z is equal to 6, is the same thing as saying that Z is equal to 6 plus 0I. So that your Y will be 0, your S will be 6. So that is how you are going to translate it. Try it and solve the question. If you have any problem, comment at my comment section. Come there and I will solve the question for you. Thanks and God bless you. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Prismatis Online Class. Bye.